Oh, also, on the race view too, I do have a bit of, it is a little skewed too, just because my Super Nintendo is hooked up directly to it, so it doesn't have Twitch delay for restreaming, so I have an artificial like 30-second lead on the race view, but since this is the middle game, it doesn't really matter.
Honestly, because at the end, the time's going to be the same anyway.
Yeah, because we're using the W-split timers to add up at the end.
Apparently, chat was commenting because apparently our ships lined up, Wexel, to form a whole ship.
So it's like the 1/128th of an airship in the auction house in 6th, then.
Alright, I'm in the wind shrine.
Okay, I'm gonna duck out to grab some breakfast and stuff.
Cool.
I'll be back. Catch you later.
Alright, later.
See ya.
So I don't know how common this is between the rest of the FF5 runners, but I prefer the short menu in battle.
I don't really care. I put bots every time. Because bots is the real one. Barts doesn't exist.
Yeah. I
No,
mean, the short menu is more efficient if you're used to it, but since I run so many FF games that don't have it, I'm just kind of used to the vertical stack menu.
Yeah, so for people who aren't familiar, you'll notice the difference if you look at mine versus everyone else's. You'll see my bar looks like it's really wide and a little bit shorter. The reason that is that you can actually hold directions to go to the different entities, kind of like, I guess, like Super Mario RPGe. So this lets you kind of shortcut a few button presses from time to time. It's not amazing, but it's helpful.
Alright guys, I'm gonna dip out of the Skype call here as well, but good luck to everybody else, and thanks for everybody watching.
Alright, later.
See ya, Doodler.
Alright, I'm at the wonderful crystal sequence. Obligatory tutorial boss was smashed.
Because every one of these games has to have some kind of tutorial boss on to teach you how the active time battle system works. Because if you don't kill the wing raptor in time, it closes its wings and then counterattacks you if you attack it. And I'm fighting this one battle here in order to get most of my characters to level 2, which is going to matter for an upcoming boss.
Okay, there we go. I'm back. I just killed off my cast. I just want to say again, thank you very much for having me in that. Thank you to everybody in that race in the first place, too, on the Final Fantasy IV side. And again, great race, Abda and Elmagus and Dusler as well. Great race, guys.
Yeah, good job, everybody. I mean, you guys are, of course, all welcome to hang out for as much of the 5 and 6 runs as you want to.
Oh, I'll definitely still be in here. I got to grab myself some food and a shower and whatnot to actually wake up, though, now that I'm officially done. So I'll be in and out throughout the span of the day, though. I'm definitely not done. So,
cool.
Again, I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity, though. That was an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we're just getting started, too. We've got a good, 9-10 hours of runs left to go, too.
Indeed.
Hopefully closer to 9. So the playstyle for FF5 compared to 4 is pretty different too, just because it's got a lot more menuing, because you have the job system in this game has so many options available to you that kind of the routing for the game is about coming up with just the right setup of jobs, equipment, and secondary ability for each dungeon and required battle.
And that was me meagerly attempting to say I love you all. Thank you, chat, as well.
And you finished without your cat resetting the Super Nintendo, too.
I was really scared of that, honestly. Like, he was starting to get right next to every single
I'm a
power
beginner.
cable.
I'm sorry. I have to admit, I'm new to this game.
Speaking of which, he's here now because he knows he can get attention from me without actually getting yelled at. Isn't that right?
Stupid telemarketers. Alright, new to FF5 too is the ability to dash, which lets you double your movement speed. You either have to have one of your characters with a thief for their job class, or you have to have the dash ability equipped, which is a growth ability for thieves. The really nice thing about thieves too is that if you have a thief in your party, they have the alert ability innately, which prevents back attacks. So basically, as soon as you beat the Wind Shrine, for the whole rest of the game, you'll never get back attacked again if you have the right job set up. Which is really good, because once you get an hour or two in, a back attack would usually mean a game over. Alright, time to fess up to I'm a beginner too.
Well, Axel, I thought we were supposed to be pros who race this game. Come on!
Yeah, so this tutorial house right here gives you some good items, both for using and for selling later. And,
The price of admission is that you have to admit you're new to the game. If you're not new to the game, she doesn't like you and she kicks you out. So remember, every FF5 runner, we're all noobs.
And I'm fighting this chest monster here in order to learn a blue magic spell called Goblin Punch, which you can use any day now. There we go.
I'm glad he didn't decide to do what he's done to me several times before.
As in almost kill you before actually using Goblin Punch.
All my practices, he's been goblin punching before I could touch my menu. It's been hilarious. Actually, he actually hit me a few times before goblin punching.
So I hopped back in here real quick, guys, but can we get a roll call for the chat since we switched games and kind of getting familiar with people's voices and such?
Sure. Well, I'm Poexel. I'm playing for Team Wyvern right now.
I'm Raina Stoughton. I'm currently playing for Team Waterfall.
Oh, sorry, I'll just name myself. I'm down. I'm playing for Team Ralse in bottom right.
We've also got Incolex out there somewhere playing for Team Egg.
I would like to state JP is not an acceptable abbreviation for this game. Well, technically.
Yeah, because it could also mean or for Final Fantasy Tactics.
I'm just saying, JP, I could be thinking you're talking job points here. You know?
I call it AP though, just because that's what it's called in most of these games that have it. Like I called magic points in FF6 AP, just because it's the same mechanic basically.
You're talking about the ones for learning espers?
Yep. Because I mean, magic points can either mean MP or it can mean. Well, I think that in the Japanese version it translates to magic experience points or something like that. What they call it. Spells in this game are work pretty differently from 4. You buy them in shops, and then any character who's a class that can use them has access to them.
Alright, wind shrine time. Oops. Wrong room. Turn left in the wrong room. I lost one step.
Uh-oh. Yeah, of the three 16-bit Final Fantasies, this is the only one that has encounter manipulation that's kind of quote-unquote easy to do in a single segment setting. It's based on the number of steps you take. None of us actually know how to do it yet, but the Claude is and Omni Gamer have done some research. The Japanese record does it too. Since no one's asked yet, but the current record for this game, I believe, is 3:48 by Suniao, who's a Japanese speedrunner. That's on the Japanese version, though, so the times we're going to be getting aren't directly comparable to that, because there's a text speed difference.
I just smacked down Carl Boss.
I'm just about to get to him.
Sorry to cut back in. One thing you guys were just talking about a minute ago with the step encounter with this game, that is one thing sorely kind of missing from Final Fantasy IV. I wish we could skip a lot more of what we do.
Yeah. I mean, the Japanese community, I know, is able to predict encounters because I know your encounter pattern is all fixed based on the frame that you start the game on.
Correct. So yeah, we can do something with it. We're not as, like, I don't have the layout all in front of me. Like Sir System Error, I know for a fact can pretty much tell you exactly what fight you're going to wind up with next most times by seeing the strings that you were just referring to. So there will be something, I think, kind of to it, but not immensely.
Yeah, I'm almost sub 18 for Wind Raptor.
Carlobos, also known as Carl Boss, is pretty free. I mean, the only thing that it can do that really hurts is if it attacks Lena twice, just because she has the lowest HP, and it's possible that it might be able to kill her.
You know, thinking about this is about the first time I've come into a run this early. I don't think I've ever actually seen the quote-unquote Carl Boss, aka the giveaway right there. So this might be the earliest I've come into a Final Fantasy run ever, or a Final Fantasy V run.
Cool. You're not really missing too much in the first, like, half hour, just because, yeah, it's the tutorial boss, a bunch of cutscenes, and then Carl Boss. But once we get to the ship graveyard, it starts to pick up.
Okay, then I've actually picked up at relatively good spots in this one before then. Perfect timing.
Ah! Keyboard, why use stick?
And it sent you with a suggestion that everyone needs to start doing the medio now. do.
I mean, even Sid can do the medio. That means you should be able to.
You can also live through explosions and like 100-story drops, so I give the man a lot of credit, actually, knowing these things.
And
It was in like every Final Fantasy.
He's a connoisseur of fine teas, too. Some people allege he looks like Robin Williams. And he plays a mean game of red light, green light with hedgehogs.
Is it wrong that I caught a Top Gear like introduction of the Stig thing from that? Some say. Oh, Sid's Medio is the best Medio by far. There's no
Oh my
question.
god, I'm getting trolled by the goblin now.
Yeah,
Fifth try.
He hit me like 5 times, I think, before goblin punching.
That was ugly.
I'm getting about ready to start doing some punch out with the siren. So, yeah, I guess it's time to talk about the wonderful things of Goblin Punch. So, goblins don't really hurt unless they're the same level as you, in which case, when they punch you and you happen to be the same level, you do 8 times damage. This means if you're ever the same level as your target, in this case, Siren is level 2. So we have 3 level 2 party members, they're all blue mages, and we're gonna Goblin Punch her.
Oh, did you mean to do battle speed 5, Dylan? I just noticed it.
Yes.
Okay.
It might seem a little bit weird, but I got used to timing on battle speed 5.
Okay.
Not for level 5 death, for X death in Caraphase 3.
She of many names.
Yep. I don't know where I picked this one up, but I like it.
Alright, don't be a pain to me today. Alright, I'll take slow. Slow's acceptable.
Yeah, so what you're about to see is Goblin Punch in action. That's also why we needed to get to level 2 with most of our characters, is because Siren is level 2. So we're able to kill her pretty quickly with Goblin Punch.
Wow, my Siren's being very nice.
She can be a bit of a troll if she actually uses attack spells. But sometimes she's really nice and just casts stuff like Scan or Slow or Mute.
I got Slow and Cure. Which is the polar opposite of all of my practice.
Yeah, that's going to be a normal thing, I think, for Team Waterfall today, is we're going to get the exact opposite of our practices, because I had the worst practices ever and pulled a 337 or something, so yeah. Or 338, there it is.
Yeah, although I was late stopping the timer, it was probably closer to like a 337.40 or so.
It's not a biggie, honestly. I can check it and offset it if we need to. It's not a big one. I kept my own timer, so...
Yeah, if it's actually close enough to matter when we add up the final times, we can actually, like, go look at the VODs and figure it out.
Yeah, and figure out everything. Won't be a biggie. Although I hope it's that close, honestly.
Alright,
that'd be really
so
cool.
FF5 is also the first FF where you can open up the menu to try to reset your danger level, so you can lower the amount of overworld encounters you get.
Huh.
So you'll see that happening a bit in the run.
If we actually knew how to do like a routed out encounters, there'd be like a specific number of tiles we'd need to walk before opening the menu, but we're just doing it kind of every so often.
Yeah, just trying to offset it.
I do it about every like 7 steps is my internal timer in my head.
Oh, by the way, even though Galoof is muted, Goblin Punch is a physical attack, so you don't actually need to, you can still use it even if you're muted. Okay, I got mute and then scan. Casting
Pretty good
scan
luck.
is so useful. Overall, though, this is not a very RNG heavy run, just because I mean the main source of randomness is just what happened with like what certain bosses do, because I mean, like random encounters once you have the right jobs and abilities are pretty trivial, and the strats we're using for the bosses are pretty foolproof for the most part too.
Saw somebody asked a question too about incentives. MV is allowed to do his opera. He just cannot use anything like reverb, delay, any of that stuff. It has to be just his voice.
Yeah, and the way we're going to do the Spooniest Bard contest too is once all 4 runners have done the opera, we'll basically throw up a straw poll or something and get VOD links for the individual players too, and then have the poll open until the end of the run.
All this technology. The poll
I
is
had
too
really bad
assisted.
damage on the battle on the mountain for grinding. The rock garter didn't die, and I had to punch him twice.
Lena Punch. So we do need to fight a battle on the mountain to get to level 3. That's for being able to Goblin Punch an upcoming boss.
So you guys not only have to worry about how much health a boss has, but what level they are too, for that matter, to worry about stuff like Goblin Punch and math or Death by Math as well, for that matter.
I mean, there's no randomness.
You guys don't know
there's
that.
no randomness
Wait.
to it. I mean, like this isn't like FF8 where like I think enemy levels are randomized, but
Alright, Call Boss is being nice to me.
Shoutouts to Team 750.
Yes.
shoutouts to the Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta too, which is a pretty fun challenge run of FF5 that takes place every summer, and a lot of people it's their first exposure to the game too.
I'm gonna give that a shot this year. That was like a lot of fun.
I
yeah,
got
I'm doing
lucky.
that too.
Boris was the one who died to Magissa,
Nice.
so I don't have to go repoison myself.
Yeah, we poisoned ourselves on purpose, just for reasons that'll become clearer in the next section. Suffice to say, less is more when it comes to hit points in this game for a lot of the run.
Honestly, you're gonna die in one hit in most cases anyway. You might as well just make that one hit count. What you do?
Feed the enemy's ego with how much they could overkill you by.
Oh, an odd question, but we actually figured this out last night for Final Fantasy IV. Does the second controller port actually work to control your guys' game in this one? Like, if you actually have a cartridge version of it, I suppose would be the only way to check, but... Just believe it or not, in Final Fantasy IV you can.
I know it's 2 players though. You do like multi.
Is it really in this?
I think
I thought
so.
6 was doing that.
I think
Yeah, 6 is done.
6 lets you set who has who. The other ones I think just allow a second color of input. I don't remember
Gotcha.
what exactly.
So that was your first taste of how overpowered rods are in this game. Just because if a mage type character equips one and then uses it, it'll break and then cast a level 3 elemental spell way before you're supposed to be able to cast those.
Well, the most important thing is when you equip the rods of the element, you also boost that elemental damage by 25%. So when you crack it, you still technically have it equipped. So it's a 25% boosted level 3 version, which makes it really strong.
They kind of learned their lesson
Alright.
for FF6, but not really, because even though they toned it
Not
down
really,
to just
no.
level 2 spells, they added the effect that the rods ignore enemies' magic defense stat, which in a lot of ways makes it even more broken.
I have returned.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome back.
How's the race going so far?
You good?
Yeah, I don't think any of us have gotten trolled yet by any of the troll points in the first hour or so,
Okay.
like Siren, the Goblin, because Rain almost game overed once to the Goblin because he just wouldn't use Goblin Punch.
That you have
So
to be
just,
very unlucky.
No, you just have to be.
Or
So we
part of this
have-
team.
We have Incalix in the top right here on Team Egg. Looks like he's in the lead at the moment, just not by much though.
Yeah, it's
we have
very
Wetzel in the top left. He's hosting this event for us. Crumps. Oh, sorry, not Crumps. Raina Soden in the bottom left. They're the same person, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they're totally the same
And,
person. You both have cats. You both run FF4. What's the difference?
We have
There you
beards.
go.
Epic beards, yeah.
And then in the bottom right we have Delm. Who's
Yeah, we have this-
a little behind because Deuce was a bit behind in FF4, but still running pretty strong here. For some reason, Incalix is playing with a pink background on
I like
games.
Oh yeah.
That's what I plan to do too, actually,
He gets-
whenever I get to the banquet.
He gets major style points for that. And you guys are all playing
Wexel
on the.
Wexel gets points for the Wyvern name, honestly. I should have. I was debating naming Butts Waterfall, but didn't.
Yeah, we're all playing the Japanese Super Famicom version with an English fan translation. This is basically, it's kind of the optimal version of the game for speedrunning, just because the PlayStation 1 version has pretty slow loading times, and then the GBA version removes some glitches that are useful for speedrunning.
Yeah, for anyone who's played a Super Nintendo RPG on the PlayStation, you know what we're talking about. Like Chrono Trigger, going into your menu or getting into a battle takes 30 seconds.
How about selecting anything within the battle? You still get lag
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
That version is so busted.
They're just not very fun to play.
It breaks my
Alright, we
heart. It
have-
honestly does.
We have Incalix coming up on Gorilla here. The Gorilla is a pretty fun fight.
I
you
just
basically
reset
have a bunch of-
because I forgot to change my mages to blue.
Oh,
Oops.
oh god.
Ouch.
It's not really a big deal. I saved right before. I figured I've always done something weird with him every time I've tried to seriously run this game. So I saved just before. So I only lost like maybe a minute doing that.
So Gorilla's another fight that we want to use Goblin Punch to destroy. The other neat thing about this is if you have a knight with and use guard, you can basically tank all of Gorilla's hits by taking no damage. It's a little scary at the beginning because you don't have any. You need to make sure that he has enough HP and before he uses guard. And you have to have the rest of your party members in critical health.
Didn't end up guarding
only
the
thing
leads
is-
there. I don't know why.
Only thing is when you're guarding Gloof, guarding it, you can still get hit by the slip ability, which means your HP can still tick down, so you do have to make sure his HP is full. If you don't, you will bleed out.
And we just saw Rena Soten run away from some wyverns.
Yeah. Wyvern is what the PlayStation 1 English translation refers to wyverns as, which is something that we all love to make fun of, basically. But yeah, this is a strat that I like to call night tanking, because if you remember how Cecil had the cover ability as a paladin in FF4, in FF5 the night job class has that as an automatic ability, and it's also an active ability you can learn. The Knights also have an ability called Guard, which makes it so that they take 0 damage from physical attacks during the next turn, and if you combine Cover and Guard together against a boss like this one that only uses physical attacks, you're completely invincible.
Alright, I got Slow and Cure.
Nice.
Good.
So everyone had a good Siren.
Good Siren.
Everyone got good luck on Siren then,
Because Siren can also cast Ice and Bolt and maybe Fire too.
My practice has always been Haste, Ice, Bolt lately. So I was surprised not to see that.
Yeah, I usually get Ace first, and then get killed.
Alright, and picking up the second set of crystals here, I'm sure everyone got trolled at this point in the game the first time they played it and really wanted that last crystal.
Yeah.
But the game
sadly,
decided
sadly that last crystal has to wait until FF6 to be used.
Yeah.
I was so ticked. I kept trying to find ways. Like I spent like an hour
I reset
doing
like
something wrong.
Also,
Alright,
like Gorilla's like one of the first hard bosses. Casually.
Yeah, because
So
Gorilla
you-
counters too if you actually attack it without using Goblin Punch. Maybe it does with Goblin Punch too.
No,
it just doesn't
he
really
counters. He doesn't counter during the first like 25% of his HP, and then he starts countering after that. So the game tries to lure you to a false sense of security right off the bat.
It teaches you quick.
And Rain just beat down Gorilla too, so we have 3 people fairly close, and Dylan trying to get back into the game here. Syndra, no. What is it? Sildra.
Sildra this version of the game has by far the most heart-wrenching Sildra sound.
Yeah, it's so sad.
It's almost like fighting Sif in Dark Souls, if you've ever had that experience. The first time you do it, you're just like,
What's even worse is when you watch a race and they're both synced up, and then you hear it twice. That's the worst.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the last crystal in the tower there is for Mime or Mimic. No, Mime. And you don't get it until you get the submarine in the third world.
And then you have to fight Go-Go in order to get it too.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah,
you don't
this
fight him.
brings up a good point. Dylan's behind, but he's doing his run very well so far.
Yeah, he PB'd in this game yesterday, actually. So.
Yeah. Yes, this game is on Android, but I don't think many people play it on Android seriously.
Like, that's the one thing, is you have to note each team kind of has different ace players on the whole. You know, Team Egg had their ace player up front. Ralse has theirs in the back. Fuexel's his ace on his team. The team I'm on, Waterfall, we're just bad luck, so we don't know what the standings are here.
Yeah, none of us take that position as, like, you know, the quote-unquote, like, you know, hey, I got the advantage type of leader thing. Like, we're all just whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, 3 really solid runners on Team Waterfall.
Like, I don't
Indeed,
mean any
people were
offense
saying
to the
before,
other I mean, no offense to the other runners. I'm just saying, like, if you compare, like, because Puexel's the leader of FF5, Abda's the current world record, Ascensia's really been pushing it, the run. It's everyone else is really good. It's just those are the three big names of each game, respectively.
All right, so before we get to Karnak, we need to win 2 battles with these wild knacks to gain some experience for. Basically everyone except Lena is currently taking a little nap.
That was nice.
Yeah. And
she killed
the good thing
Lena
about
first.
this encounter too is
Oh wow,
that
nice. Yeah, for the
as long as you're in the forest, you are guaranteed to fight the 5 wild knacks.
Yeah, Dylan got lucky because you want Lena to die before the end of the gorilla battle in order to so that she doesn't get experience there. And if Magissa kills her, then that's all the better. Saves you a Phoenix down too.
Gorilla doesn't give experience. He gives job points only.
Yeah.
So you can have her alive at the end of Galura. It doesn't matter. That's why I have her alive, and she dirt naps herself during the Karnak, the knack battles.
I'd rather kill her during Galura or Magissa, so I don't have to waste a turn versus wolves.
Well, you're wasting a turn somewhere. No matters what happens. You're wasting a turn somewhere, just where you do it. It's preference at that point.
It's kind of
still good if she dies here first. I won't mind.
Oh yeah. Definitely better if it dies naturally, or if she dies naturally.
You get a discount. Well, yeah, you get a nice discount on the first item you buy at this shop, and even though you get interrupted by getting thrown in jail, you do actually get to keep whatever you tried to buy. So I got a nice cheap fire rod out of that.
Yeah, you also had to sell a few things to have enough money for rods.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the items I picked up until this point were for selling to buy rods in Karnak. I did pick up 2 extra Phoenix Downs that aren't actually required, just for marathon safety too.
Not a thing wrong with that. Do you know how many extra safety saves I threw during 4? I was
never have too many.
Like, I backtracked after the level up fight to go ahead and save again.
Because it is very, very possible to actually die between the level up fight and when you get healed by Rubicante too, by a back attack or something.
Which is why we elixir up everybody. We get Fusoya, Rosa, and Rydia all leveled up, or elixired up, I should say. So at least you got the main characters with the health available to you.
Just in case. This happened before. I got the level up fight one time, 2 steps away from the fiends. Walked up 1 step and got into a back attack.
I'm in jail. I did a bad thing, guys. I'm in jail.
In jail for crimes against video games.
You're in jail.
I was gonna say, should we be shocked by this though?
With your luck, anything's possible.
You don't understand. Last night I found the OOB trick to the tree. Just hold on 1 second. Just gotta go up against this wall and... it's not working anymore. Oh well.
Yeah, there is actually a walk through walls glitch in this game, but it is not actually useful for saving time in a speedrun.
Okay, I gotta admit, that would be really handy in 4 as well.
Coming up soon is the Liquid Flame, right? That's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. What's next is Liquid Flame and the 4 Thunder Rods of Destiny.
Yeah, Rain kind of bought Thunder Rods instead of Ice Rods when he was practicing last night, which made the Liquid Flame battle a little more exciting than usual, to say the least.
I think the best thing about that was I was praying. I was like, please kill Lena. Please kill Lena. All right, you killed Lena. Please kill Fars. Please kill Fars. I also ran out of Phoenix Downs doing that too.
Ooh. Also, I'm gonna real quick agree with Magus in chat here. He just said like this has got to be the most civil 4,000 viewer stream ever on Twitch. I'm totally gonna second that.
Yeah. You were all awesome, both for watching and for being chill.
It's the Pooaxel aura. Pooaxel stream is always chill.
The aura, yes.
It is though. That's the whole thing.
It is until you get people talking about Final Fantasy.
My favorite thing
that's
about this jail issue is how chill they are about you blowing a hole in the wall, or Sid.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why Sid tried to blow a hole in the wall instead of blowing a hole in the gated door.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I think a lock would be less strong than a giant brick wall, but that's just me.
So the liquid flame battle is easy just because all you'd need to kill it is 2 ice rods, but it can troll you though just because it has 3 different forms, humanoid, tornado, and hand. The hand form is immune to ice, and it basically changes every time you damage it. So the perfect battle is because it starts in humanoid form, you use 1 ice rod, which goes into tornado form, and then you kill it with the second one. But if it goes into hand form, then you have to attack it to get it to change again. And if it changes back into the humanoid form, then you actually get a worse drop, because the drop you get depends on the form. It's a flame scroll for humanoid, a fire bow for tornado, and I believe a fire rod for hand. The fire bow sells for a lot of money, so we want that.
And I didn't buy Ice 2. So no Ice 2 strats.
I like this little conveyor belt room I'm about to go into in the PlayStation version just because the dash buttons, there's a built-in dash button that stacks together with the dash command, so you actually run at quadruple speed in that version. And you can do that on the conveyor belt, so you just go and you're down the hole basically because you can dash while on conveyor belts.
Alright, and Galax is coming up on the liquid flame here, so let's see how good of a look he gets. With Wexel not very far behind, actually.
Remember, it's fake though, just because I'm about 30
Yeah, the 30
I don't have Twitch delay for my stream.
Yeah, but still from what I'm telling, you pulled ahead of me.
Yeah, you're probably about,
at least from what I'm hearing,
still, even with that. I always forget that this room is the room with the moving platforms is after the save point.
Yeah, that's why. It's really annoying if you like died in liquid flame or something. You have to redo the platforms puzzle. Okay, so it looks like Incalix got the humanoid kill. Or no, oh no, that was his first ride. Oh, he got tornado, so he's
nice.
in good shape. Okay, let's see what
Very
I
nice.
get. Ah, I got handed a bad luck. Alright, tornado please. Ah, okay, I got trolled by this fight then.
Oh, darn. So good luck for Incalix, and less good luck for Wexel. That gives you the second best item.
It's actually the worst, but it's the...
Oh, the worst? Oh,
yeah, because it just saves me buying a flame scroll. I mean, I mean, if you were capable of killing the hand, I think that's a fire rod, but you can't since it's immune to ice.
Oh, right. Okay, there's only 2 drops then. Or 2 conceivable drops that you would get.
And we're coming up to the escape from Karnak Castle too, which in a run with no step count manipulation is an annoying source of RNG, just because both of the random encounters you can get in there are inescapable, although one of them is just a single dog that runs away and gives you 2 free AP, but the more common one is a sergeant and 3 dogs, which you have to fight.
I got the hand.
Ah.
Good-handed.
So I got the I'm getting a humanoid kill.
Because it is, I mean, it is, I think it's just random 50-50 what it changes to after every time you hit it, so it could go from hand to tornado.
Also, fun fact, even if your thief is dead, you still get the benefits of a thief.
Yep. Yeah, you still can't get back attacked, and you can still dash even if your thief is dead.
This part in casual play is pretty intense because you really want to get all the treasure chests.
There's a lot of really good treasure in this castle, but if you don't escape before the end of the timer, then it's game over. And a lot of the chests have monsters in them too.
Yeah, which include
actually every chest but the money ones we grab have monsters in them.
Yeah, but you get elixirs.
Yeah, I was bummed just because I missed one chest when I cleaned this place out in my 4-job fiesta because of getting back attacked by a chest monster in one of the chests.
Oh.
Which chest did you end up missing, do you know?
It was one of the ones off in the side towers. It might have been like the Elf Cape one.
Yeah, because one's Guardian Dagger, the other one's the Elf Cape.
Yeah, it was the Elf Cape that I missed.
Which is probably like the worst thing to miss overall.
Yeah.
I think missing Asuna is probably pretty bad too.
You can just buy it later. It's not an issue.
Not later. Not for a little while. Okay, yeah. The mad dash out of the castle. It gives you 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is plenty of time if you're just leaving, but...
Yeah, we do want to pick up some money before leaving in order to be able to afford more rods and other stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. And Calix got the unfortunate sergeant fight here.
I got it too.
Yeah, keep in mind that Flipsel has an artifact lead of about 30 seconds or so because he's the one that's first in the race. It's pretty close even considering that.
Flexel, do you want to cover the reason for learning black? Or
Black Shock.
Black Shock.
The black cast ability, we want that because if you equip it, it increases your magic stat in addition to letting you cast level 1 black magic, so we can stack that together with other classes that use, 2 Sergeant Battles.
So it lets us basically do more damage with like thrown scrolls, or if we need to use rods as like a non-black mage, it helps out.
Yeah, ninjas are the one that benefit from it the most.
Yeah, if you have the black magic spell, black magic command on your secondary ability, and then you throw scrolls, they do extra damage because your intelligence is higher. That's right.
Oh my god, I just got a wrong spell. Shit.
You bought the wrong spell.
Oh yeah, man. That's unfortunate. That's a few seconds lost because I have to sell something now. That's not too bad. I'm gonna sell extra tent.
Well, plus you saved on a Phoenix Stone earlier too, right?
I misclicked that, but that's not a really big deal.
And this sergeant you want to kill ideally with one ice rod because if you don't you kill his dogs on his next action, he transforms into Iron Claw. Fortunately, that doesn't actually reset his hit points or anything, but it just wastes time.
Yeah, Gridlock's coming out.
Are you on your second one or something? Or ooh.
I got smacked by.
Yeah, I had an awful castle just because I got 2 sergeant battles.
Oh, Sergeant and his wolves actually killed me inside the castle.
Ew. Did you save before leaving?
Ooh.
Oh, I saved before I even started doing anything with the castle, so I'm still in the escape sequence.
Okay.
But that's about a minute gone again.
Fortunately, most of the nasty RNG in this run is pretty close to the beginning, or at least within the first hour or so.
Once again, that's something I have no control over.
Oh, looks like LCS is starting up, so there might be some chat issues.
Is that LOL or is StarCraft or?
Yeah, League of Legends
Championship Series.
I keep meaning to play that game one of these days just to understand what all the hype is about too.
You won't. Just don't.
It's not for everyone.
Wow, these dogs are the strongest dogs in existence.
Okay, so the next few bosses in the game just fall to rods. You'll see Ancalix in the top right fighting Ifrit now, and he just needs to throw an ice rod at him. Is it 1 or 2?
2.
2.
Yeah, but pretty much all of the bosses that you use rods
like it's
on
2.
just take 2 rods if you're exploiting their weakness.
Yeah.
Alright, Liquid Flame.
Swords.
No troll today. Alright.
And then I think the next boss too.
End form.
Dice to runs.
Someone's gonna die here. Okay, that's not bad. Lena died, and I got the tornado.
Oh, good. So 2 tornadoes in 2 hands.
Yeah, so getting the tornado
What's the
basically
first
gives
incentive?
you... first incentive I think is MLG landing
Oh,
on the Crescent base.
Wow, that's the first one?
Yeah, because then it's getting through the big bridge, basically MLG big bridge as far as
Right.
avoiding all the battle triggers, and then fighting
Because
Neo
that's
at
every
death.
battle avoided outside of that first one, right? Like the 3 guys at the first part of the bridge, that's unavoidable in Gilga, right?
No, it's. I don't think you can avoid the first one.
Yeah, you can't avoid the first one, but you can avoid all others.
So
Yep.
that and Gilga are the only 2 battles in the big bridge.
We're good.
Yeah, there's two parts, so I guess the 2-part will
Basically,
have to do
just
it
get through the
before
big
running.
bridge without getting any battles other than the 3 little chariots, and don't let go of the dash button or stop moving. I'm actually not
Fair
gonna
enough.
try for it because I'm not confident, but I am gonna fight Neo.
I'm gonna try. I'm
I've
a
been
bit
doing
far
it perfectly
behind.
fine in practice, which means it's not gonna work, but whatever.
Oh, ooh, should have healed.
For this PlayStation, I would tell you no.
If you're just joining us, we have 4-player Final Fantasy V portion of the relay race going on right now. We have in the top right, Calyx in the lead, very slightly. Hoexel in the top left in second. In third, we have Reina Soten in the bottom left, and having a really good run down in the bottom right, Delm. Needs to make up some ground for the relay, but is doing very well in his own right.
Yeah, I'm getting trolled.
Yep.
Pink is
by
blinding. Oh,
Getting
no.
bad page 64 luck. There we go. Alright, so the point of fighting this is to learn a really, really useful blue magic spell called level 5 Death or level 5 Doom. And that's what we were doing, experience manipulation with Lena before this to make it so that she was level 5 and no one else was, because if your whole party was level 5, then you'd game over when it cast level 5 Doom, so we don't want that to happen. And then I used what I call Pokemon strats to finish off page 64, because if I actually just did damage to it, it would change into another page-type enemy.
So instead, you use a capture or a
Yeah, I've never
trainer
actually. I used the
capture.
the Beastmaster's capture command to insta-kill it, and then I used those 2 fire spells to soften it up. This book here is what I like to, is kind of the obligatory battle that looks like it should be inescapable, but actually isn't. That's in like a lot of Square RPGs. My favorite of all time, though, is Death Peak Lava Spawn.
Yep. Level spawn number 2. It's too bad it's like faster to fight him now.
That was a really. Oh well, it's only a wolf. Never mind. I got a battle really early in the castle.
Oh, did you get the
But
single
luckily-
dog, though?
Yeah,
Lucky.
luckily
I'm a little worried about
Yep.
my experience now, too, just because I had 2 sergeant battles, so my characters have more experience than they usually do.
Wow, I only had the dog battle in the castle, nothing else.
Nice. Catching up.
I'd also like to point out that there is only a 1-minute difference as far as the incentives go between all the teams right now. So, and of course, my Steam just opened up on top of it. Otherwise, I'd tell you who hasn't. Team Lightburn's got the minute advantage on everybody else right now. So you can overall basically take a minute off at their time.
Once we get FF6 rolling, I'll adjust the 4 and 5 timers to take off the incentive time.
Ooh, nice.
Well, luckily Puexel didn't take me too much time to get my 64 battle.
Yeah, I got mine naturally, but it took him a couple turns to cast it.
It casted it before I needed to worry.
Lucky.
So it casted it before I had to actually catch it. So I did fire, and then he cast it on the second turn. So I fire caught him right after. And that's Biblostone.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in to the reason why we're opening the menu and a lot on the world map is to reduce random encounters.
We were talking earlier about how Final Fantasy IV has actually very few cutscenes. I feel like this game has more longer ones. Like, maybe not more cutscenes, but more ones where.
Nah, this game has more cutscenes
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately, as you go through the Final Fantasy series, the number of cutscenes and length goes up too.
Yep, until you get to Final Fantasy 13, where it's like the whole game is the cutscene.
Because like Final Fantasy X is the only speedrun I know of where you can take a shower in the middle of the run.
It has been done.
Yep.
13, you may just want to do that anyways, because honestly, that may be time better spent.
13 I don't think makes for a bad speedrun either, just because it's a lot like Chrono Trigger in the sense that
it really doesn't, honestly.
A big part of the challenge for the run is avoiding battles instead of fighting them.
Yeah,
it's honestly a really
13,
cool one.
Right. 13 also is about using the shrouds too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember the first time I
Without
saw
question.
the 13 run was at Crystals for Life last year with zoning, and it was like really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I think in the
Yeah, for
early
a game
part
I
of the
don't
game
like,
you
it made it fun.
intentionally kind of blow at battles because it gives you more shrouds. Because apparently shrouds are given to you if you do bad on battles instead of if you do good.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Essentia's
really
pointing.
weird.
Who does run Final Fantasy X is pointing out that literally half of the run is cutscenes. I mean, I remember when she used to do runs
that's a long
she
run.
had Brosentia come over to keep her sane, basically, and they both got quite loopy near the end. Loopier, I should say.
I just want to say
I like the
Karakarn
edit.
takes a shower during the game. That just tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, it's really disappointing that the PS3 versions of that's already out in Japan for Final Fantasy X didn't add a cutscene skip, because that would make it a much better speed game.
It'd make it a much better game in general.
Because that's the only reason why I would consider running the game, is if there was a cutscene skip.
Yeah, you'd almost cut the time in half at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it has cutscene skips, I'm doing that run when it comes out on HD.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll patch it. I mean, it is a PS3 game, so it is possible.
If enough people ask, they could. I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
but,
because I don't
hey,
honestly
you keep
know.
your hopes
Oh,
up.
yeah,
I don't
I guess
really
it's
honestly see enough people caring about cutscene skip to
No.
for Square to care.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice.
And honestly, they're going to make you want to watch that stuff just because, like, oh, we put all this effort into it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sorry, the amount of effort you put into it should make us want to watch it, not make us want to skip it.
Well, we're
Just
kind
saying.
of a little different
Yeah.
being the speedrunners.
They were gracious
of
enough
the,
to add a
you know, the
cutscene
community.
skip to Kingdom Hearts 1 HD, though. Although it was probably kind of easy though, just because the Kingdom Hearts 1 final mix that was only released in Japan, it did have a cutscene skip, but it only worked on cutscenes that you had seen before. So if you died to a boss or something, you could skip the cutscenes before them if you continued.
Nice.
So it probably wasn't really that big of a stretch to just extend that to be all cutscenes. Whereas like for Final Fantasy X, it would require doing some recoding.
Any day now.
Oh, Dylan getting trolled by page 64 too.
I only had to wait one turn. That's fine.
Okay, well, I guess I had the worst page 64 battle. Then I actually had to. Although I should have healed Lena, but I didn't after Ifrit, and then then we killed her. So Phoenix down. But that's why I've got spares. And our money problems are going to be going away in the not too distant future too. In a somewhat similar fashion to the FF4 run. Alright, so something I'm very fond of saying on my stream is that the first rule of video games is that birds are jerks. And there's a fairly common enemy in the ocean areas here called like a sea avis or something like that, which is faster than you even if you have a thief in your party, so it can often still get attacks off. So I'm a lot more aggressive with the menu trick on this sailing sequence here, just because I really don't want to get into ocean encounter. Oh, dang it. You know what? I just realized that being level 8 instead of level 7 is going to mess with the Black Flames battle.
Is Lena still level 5?
Yep.
You can always go with my strat. It might work.
Which my guess would be, just go for it and hope.
Yeah, I'll probably have to have her. I'll probably have to have her punch Lords to make sure that we can get into critical.
So I'm gonna lose time because I'm gonna be setting up for that battle soon. I just remembered you can sleep on the boat, so there's no point in me doing the setup before then because the HPs will refill.
Oh.
We're about to come up on the greatest chocobo music of all time, too.
It is the best.
Fortunately, getting trollcobo is too big of a thing in this game because of dashing. Otherwise, actually having to catch the chocobo could be quite painful.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah. When Abda was practicing last week, he was playing his record video, and it was just funny watching them both get trolled by catching the chocobo in different fashions.
With me, I find a new one almost every single run. I got really lucky today.
Yeah, my black chocobo today was pretty bad, but my yellow one was almost instant. So
I had two black chocobos. I couldn't catch the yellow one. The black one came closer.
I love the steel, kind of pseudo steel drum thing that they use to mambo the chocobo.
You trying to sing, Spaz? You trying to sing? Come here.
So one of the things that now is learning Black Shock from one of the Black Flames.
I got into a battle with birds, Wexel, and they hit butts almost into critical HP.
Ouch.
Yep.
No, it's actually good for me.
Birds are jerks.
It's actually really good. Because he's at 22 HP. So if he punches himself, he'll be at critical.
Nice. Black Shock is another blue mage skill that we're learning here. It halves the level of an enemy, and it's very important for killing things with low bug death. Just have to do some math first.
Okay, I got really, really lucky there with them not actually attacking Wyvern. It wasn't critical. It's a phone that's getting louder and louder, I think.
It's a guy who's getting called when he told people not to call him today.
Well, I had a telemarketer call me a few hours ago.
I just put my phone. I didn't think I'd get called, so my phone still had its sound on.
Alright, so we just learned a really, really OP skill called Escape or Flee for us from the Thief class. Huh? And if you use that, it lets you instantly run away from any battle that's not inescapable. Because we're kind of getting to the point where enemies are getting harder to run away from. Like there's a few that if you don't have escape, you can't get away before they attack you. Including including a type of dragon in the final dungeon that can wipe you instantly if it actually attacks.
Crystal Dragon?
Yep.
There's another monster that I will not name in Flying Fortress that can also wipe you.
Yeah.
I really hope that nobody is gonna get it.
Yeah, fortunately there's a save point conveniently close to the that monster's room.
Got a Ramasho over there.
So now we need to do a little bit of leveling. Let's see. Oops, I'll get some tents too.
Oh yeah. That's giving me a problem. Oh hey. Yep.
I've been really unlucky on the Gilgamesh fight on my previous 2 runs. You know when you have to wait for the ATB bar to fill up, you usually goblin punch me and punch one that have full ATB bar. And if he jumps twice after the next guild toss, I have a chance to die actually.
Alright, 1 Ramu.
Bad.
I hate this game and its trolling ways sometimes. I really do.
Where is it in Calyx right now?
I get the dragon fight, mini dragons.
Alright.
Yeah, so these mini dragons are worth the greatest amount of experience of any possible battle in the first world. So we want to kill 3 sets of them to pretty much give us all the hit points that we need for the rest of the run. And I believe they are weak to lightning, I believe. So if you have ninjas with the black cast ability equipped that increases their magic stat, which is what ninja scrolls are based off of, you can 2-shot them. So it's a pretty efficient way to gain levels. Okay, 2 dragons down.
Shit.
How many do you need? 3?
3 total, yeah. Okay, there's my 3rd. One thing we've kind of found that we don't completely understand yet is that if you save and reset at some point before this, it seems to increase your odds of running into Ramu.
Which is very key that you don't screw up the black shock battle. I love it so much, Poexel. I waited for the Phoenix down for like 3 seconds for like it to cast when nothing was going on. I then queued up the fire rod goes off, and I'm like, oh! So my butts didn't get the JP as Blue Mage, the Black Shock battle, which I don't know if that's gonna screw with me.
Alright, looks like Quexel's ahead now.
Oh, did Incalix have bad Ramu luck? Or?
Yeah, he had quite a few Ramus.
I only got one.
Yeah, a lot of them.
One total? Yeah, he got 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I did plan for that. Like, I bought some extra tents so that if I got trolled really badly by Ramu, I could just use tents to recover. But that didn't end up needing. You can also kill Ramu too with flame scrolls, but I don't know. In general, I just find getting a few tents to work a little better for safety if you're in a no reset run.
Yeah.
That Choga was trolling.
I got one, Ramu. That's 2, Ramu.
The strat for the sandworm is pretty silly because it's meant to basically be whack-a-mole as far as attacking the worm instead of the holes. And Sid and Mid tell you, oh yeah, I read it would be wise to not use magic against the sandworm. Well, we'd better listen to him.
Ramu's not liking me. Those 2 resets really hurt me.
Have you gotten any dragons yet?
I'm on my 2nd dragon battle, but I've had remove pop up 4 times and the other battle pop up once.
Fortunately, sandworm is weak to water, and 2 water scrolls can usually kill it, although if I roll low damage, then I need to use Fire 2 to finish the job. Okay, I did roll low damage, so... Incoming Fire 2. Yeah, I think Incalix is still in the lead, because we're pretty much in sync the way I see it, which means he's actually like 30 to 40 seconds ahead.
Nice. Okay, Dark Shock really fast.
I got so lucky with that Black Flames battle just because my level was 8 instead of 7. I wasn't able to get Bards into critical, but they didn't actually attack him.
Ooh.
The reason why I'm having Lena be a mediator, also known as Beastmaster, for a lot of the kind of the first really half or so of the run is just for her to gain AP, because I need her to learn the control ability for pretty much just for one specific fight in Exdeath's Castle, but that fight is really important because I need it to learn a blue magic spell.
That should be it.
Well, I got sandworm down.
Alright, so far only 1 Ramu and 2 dragon fight.
Nice. So if you get Ramu next, or I mean dragons next, then that's the same thing I got. Oh, we're coming up on the best designed switch ever made too in this Crescent Island base.
Nope, Ramu.
Aw. Yeah, in a step count manipulation route, Ramu is a non-entity because you can just route him out, basically. So yeah, there's this random switch that we can press here that both opens the door in front of us and creates a pit that just so happens to be under Sid and mid. I like the way MTI puts it that in a lot of ways this game is kind of a parody of FF4 as far as its storyline.
That's 3 Ramu in a row after the last dragon. Alright, okay, dragon number 3.
Alright, so coming up is how we're gonna get rich quick without much effort. Because kind of like FF4, FF5 has an underflow glitch, although the way it works is completely different. In this game, the way it works is that if you equip an item in battle, there's kind of a ghost left behind on the slot where the item used to be, and you can actually throw that slot at an enemy, and that underflows that slot so that it has a quantity of -1. So then if you steal something that goes into that same slot and then get rid of it, either by throwing it if it's a weapon or using it if it's like a potion or something, then you'll trick the game into giving you a -1 quantity of that item, and because the game can't handle having a negative quantity in your inventory, instead it wraps around to 255, which is the highest possible value that the game can handle. So on this next boss here, we're going to be doing just that in order to get 255 coral swords, which we can sell for about 350,000 gil. How quickly we can steal the sword is random, though.
Alright, starting Sandworm.
Okay, I'm having a really awful Grey Claw battle. Because I missed Steel twice, and then he killed Ferris. Alright, finally got it. So instead of having box corner 06 coral swords, I now have M5 coral swords, which is actually 255. And since this is a marathon run, I'm gonna go sell them right now. Is everybody still there? It's quiet all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
I muted
Yeah, don't
myself
worry.
because I was chewing some food.
Oh, okay. Alright, it's time for MLG landing.
Go, go, go!
This is, of the 3 games, this is definitely the hardest.
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
6 is probably the easiest, just because your target is bigger. Oh, I got it! Wow.
Wow, nice.
Damn nice.
Wyvern!
I wasn't even trying that hard either, because I didn't practice this or anything. I mean, if I was going to practice it, I probably would have tried to line up based on, or I would have tried to line it up based on, like, going past the town in between the Mana Fortress and the Crescent Island Base.
So apparently your team is the best at airship piloting. That's what I've come to gather.
It's up to Dreambomb to take it home then.
First turn steal.
Good. I had mine was awful. I mean, I missed the steal like either 2 or 3 times, and then he slowed and then killed Ferris. So I lost some more turns that way.
Alex has been very silent.
So this next boss right here has the unfortunate weakness of having a level that's divisible by 5, which is a really, really nasty weakness to have in this game.
Damn. Alex is 1 pixel off. Or 1 tile off, I should say.
Bye-bye.
I love headphones that have a mute button on them. That's really easy to reach.
Agreed.
Nope, I am not getting this MLG landing. That was completely un-MLG.
Alright, I'm the only one left then.
This cutscene here I'd like to view as the explanation of why there's a Sid in every Final Fantasy game, because he clones himself many times when he's fixing this airship here. And Calyx must have had a much better Adamantoise battle. He's already on the cannons.
Alright.
Oh, I like how you can dash with the airship or the ship in the canal earlier in the game too.
One fell steel. Wow, second fails. I just keep failing. That suck. That's really not good. Luckily he's only doing tail screw, so... Yay, finally got it.
So the Sol cannon, also known as the Soul gun in the PlayStation version, is a pretty tough boss normally, but with the setup we're using, with using Thunder Scrolls with the Black Cast to boost their damage, it's a joke.
Well, that was a very poor crit claw there. Alright, the MLG landing time.
Go, go, go! Do it.
I was 2 blocks away, but that was close, kind of. No, I didn't get it.
Saving here because there is a pretty dangerous battle you can get in the next part of the ruins. It's not very common, but if you get it, you got a significant chance of game overing, even if you're at full HP.
Is that the only room you can actually get the fight?
I think it's just pretty much the second half of the ruins is the same encounter set.
I almost accidentally selected Sexy Zerker.
Okay, I got the Hydra, but it was a preemptive.
Yeah, Ink Alex got it, I think, 2 or 3 times. But just happened to be able to run and it just attacked and stuff.
Good thing it was a preemptive.
So this boss here is where Geomancers get some love. And only this battle. Alright, now that that's out of the way, I'll explain how that fight works, because you may notice that that Archeo Avis didn't really do a whole lot other than attack me on the first turn. The gimmick with Archeo Avis is that it changes its weakness every couple of times, and it's based on HP triggers. And every time it changes weaknesses, the game actually quietly changes it into a different monster that has a different level and different stats and that sort of, and different weaknesses and resistances. But every time that happens, it also its ATB bar gets reset. So if you're doing enough damage each turn to trigger a phase change by exploiting the weaknesses it has at the time, then it will never actually do anything after the first turn. And then the fifth and final form is level like 20 or 25, I forget exactly, but then you can level 5 doom it.
Avis is down.
Cool.
Well, at least we're almost to the halfway point of this game, or at least I'm almost there.
Yeah, I mean this run is typically, I would say, about like between with the English patches, maybe like 4:15 to 4:30. So the end of the first world is roughly the halfway point. Sure, I'd be down for an FF7 through 9 relay. I would not be down for organizing or hosting one, though.
Too bad you can't. It'd be almost impossible to do like a weekend version of one where it went through 1 through 9, because I think that would kill too much of the weekend.
Alright, so after this block of cutscenes here that has at least some cool music with X-Death's theme, and we have a round of mini bosses we need to fight before we go on to the second world. One of the mini bosses is one of the biggest reasons why we had to do that grinding on the mini dragons too, because it might randomly cast Aqua Rake on the first turn. If you didn't do that grinding, that would one-shot your whole party.
Doing the grinding also helps make sure you can kill the sandworm and a few other things quicker.
Yeah.
With less scrolls.
The last of the mini bosses is one of my favorite strategies for the whole game too. And for this first one, the only character who's actually going to do damage is Ferris, but I want the other two to gain AP for Bard and Mediator, respectively, which is why I changed them. Yes, we are getting perilously close to the big bridge, too. A lot of people's favorite part of the game, even if they've never played it. Shut up and take my money! So Gill Toss is a really, really overpowered ability, because it does damage based on a formula between your level and the enemy's defense stat. Even if you didn't have basically unlimited money, it doesn't really cost a lot of money to use it either, so in a glitchless run you would still be using it pretty heavily.
I think it's like 10, 15, or 20 gil a level. It's not a lot, but it adds up if you spam it a lot for stuff, because you'll usually end up costing a little bit more per battle, but if you have a built-up reserve, it's really good.
Okay, so I did get Aqua Raked, but because of the level I'm at, I can actually survive it. Like, I think the segmented run on SDA either doesn't do any level grinding or does much less, because I think it's pretty much because of that I couldn't realistically beat it with single segment, even if I use better strats.
Yeah, pretty much. The segmented just keeps low level because it's not worth grinding and sets up stuff a bit differently.
Yeah, like it learns. I know it learns Death Claw from Iron Claw. And then uses that like on two of Archaeoavis's forms. That's not practical for single segment or RTA because both learning that Deathclaw in the first place is pretty unreliable, and then it misses a lot too if you use it. Alright, we've got Titan here, or as I like to call it, the Chivalry's Dead Battle. Because Titan always uses Quake as a final attack, but yeah. Wyvern likes to kind of leave his friends to die in horrible earthquakes like this.
Anything that flies, man. Anything that flies.
Yeah. Final Fantasy IX definitions of what a bird is.
It's a bird. No, plane. No, it's a dragoon.
Alright, and that's it for the first world for me.
Just
I
one
just finished Ouroboros, so I got 2 more to go.
Yeah, in terms of who's actually ahead right now, basically Ink Alex is ahead, but Wexel got the airship landing, so they're about even actually at this point. We factor that in. Then we have Rain in 3rd place, and then Dylan's making up time, but he's still pretty far behind.
You mean Rain is slowly bleeding time?
Dylan looks like, I mean, Dylan got a
maybe.
late start because of his FF4 partner taking a bit longer, but I think he's having a pretty good run overall.
Yeah, he's minus 40 in his last split right now.
We should probably do a roll call since it's been a couple hours too. I mean, I'm Poexel, I'm playing FF5 and Team Wyvern right now.